Smile for me, even if you're sad. Be good to me, even if you're bad. Stay with me, even if you've got some place to be. Pray with me, even if you know believe. Smile for me, baby me please. Smile. I want to be the one. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome. Today we are gonna do a quick video about how I install my weave, my frontals, and I'm gonna show you the product and tools that I use. So let's get started. You're gonna need some stocking caps, which I usually use the the one that you find at the shoe store, like when you go try on the shoes and they give you one, and it's very thin. The reason why I use it is because of the thinness, and it make it look more real. That's why I use it. You're gonna need some Got2B glue, and you're gonna need some Got2B freeze spray, and also you're gonna need some concealer foundation just to blend everything in. And I think you're also gonna need, what I usually use is just some brushes to brush my hair back. So what I'm doing right now is just brushing all of my hair back. I added a little bit of the gel so that there's none of my hair that are out. I don't have that much, but you know. Yes, once that's done, what you need to do is take the stocking cap. I call it a stocking cap because it's more like a sock, or like very light sock. So you see how it is like very thin. I like the thinness of it. So what I do is I put it over my head, and then I push it all the way down past my ear, and then I pull it down, and I hold it in place like this. Then I take a scissor, and then I make a hole in between my ear. When I do that, I bring my ear out of it, and then I do the same thing on the other side. Why I do that? So that it can hold it in place where I don't have to hold it in place. So it just stays like that. Once that's done like that, you take the Got2B glue gel, and then you draw your hairline. Everybody's hairline is different. So all you do is take just a small amount of gel and draw your hairline. The reason why you're doing that is so that all of your edges will be protected from if you're either using the glue or you're using the gel. So you do it on one side first, and then you do the same thing on the other side. Make sure every single baby hair that you have is well protected and right under it, so that no gel or jam will touch it, or rip it out when you're getting ready to take your wig out. Make sure you get the ear part, because those are the most stubborn part to dry. So once that's done, once that's done, you're gonna take the Got2B glue spray, and then you're gonna spray it on top of the gel that you just put on, like that, just like how I'm about to do it right now. Just spray it on there, and then use your fingertip to just like push it backward, just like that. And make sure you get the ears part, because those are like the part that is like making it hard to dry. Also, I don't spray all the way to the back because I don't have any hair in the back. But what you can do is, if you have full set of hair, you can braid your hair down and then just sew the back. That way when you cut the front out, it doesn't lift up. So you can take any blow dryer and make sure it's on warm, and you just slowly dry it out. Make sure you completely dry it out. If you didn't dry it out, it's just gonna lift right back up. So we're gonna repeat that process for, I think, about a good 2 to 3 minutes. It should dry it real good. That's why I'm fast forwarding this part, because we don't want to, you know, sit here for like 2-3 minutes. But in the meantime, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I think now it's dry. So what you do is you take a little scissor and then you cut in the middle first, because you want to be able to control where you are cutting. And you also have to be extremely careful, especially if you're using a scissor that's very sharp. Make sure you don't cut your skin. It's very important. Take your time. If you're not used to it, just take your time and cut the excess stocking cap out. Like I say, in this area, you have to be extremely careful. Please, please do not cut yourself. If you cannot do it, if you have somebody next to you, ask them to help you and they'll be more than happy to do so. And then do it each section at a time. You do one side of your hair first, and then you go on the other side and you repeat the same thing at the same time while being extremely careful. Especially if you're using a sharp object, you have to be careful. It's very, very important. And once that's done, the back, I just cut the leftover out. It's not gonna lift off because the front is already secure. But if you have a full set of hair, I recommend that you just sew in the back so that it will stay put. And then you can go back on it and cut off any rollover. Usually if you cut it, if it's not too close to your hairline, it'll roll over a little bit. All you gotta do is just go over it carefully and cut off any excess material that's left on it. See how I go to the other side and just make sure everything is down. If you have any excess, just cut it out carefully. And you notice how all of my edges, there's no hair left out because all of my edges are brushed back and also under the cap. That's just to make sure that once you take the wig out, you don't lose any of your edges that you have left. Now you're gonna take a foundation that matches your skin, and then you're just gonna blend it in. You will see the difference, because if you can see it right now, it's a little bit light. It's not close to my skin tone. So what I use, I take a little bit of the of a foundation that matches my skin and just dab it on there and make sure I spread it evenly. And it make me look like I'm bald-headed. Not a bad look on me, huh? Yeah. Anyway, make sure you do the same thing with the wig as well. Oh, sorry, I got something in my eye. Sorry. Yeah, just do it all over. And voila. I make a cute ball, don't I? Yeah. So now we are going to take the wig, and we are going to repeat the same thing I just did on my scalp. I'm gonna put a little bit of the gel. I said the gel, I'm sorry. I'm gonna put a little bit more of my foundation on the frontal so that it can match very good. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a little bit of the gel. I'm not using the glue today. I'm gonna use the gel. So I take it and I put it right in front, just right after where I put the stocking cap. And I'm gonna make a clear thin line right in front of the stocking cap, just like that. And I'm gonna go on the other side and do the same thing as well. Make sure it's flat, like there's no clumps, otherwise it's gonna take forever to dry, and B is just gonna leave some white residue if you don't spread it out evenly, just like that. And what I also do is I make sure it's a little bit wider going on the cap. Notice how none of my hair is being affected right now, which is the goal. This is what we're trying to achieve. Make sure all of your hair are protected from any glue or gel. And once that's evenly done, you're gonna make sure everything is sort of like flat and even. That way, when you dry it, it dry evenly and it gives you a good hold. Once that's done, you're gonna take your blow dry, put it on low heat, and then blow dry until it gets tacky. Just keep blow drying and keep using low heat until you reach that tackiness level. Like if you touch it with your finger, it has to feel like it's sticky, sort of. That's what we're looking for. Just gonna keep blow drying. And I believe you see how it's giving you that tackiness. I'm not sure if you can see it, but it's pretty tacky enough. So what you can also do is you can put the wig on first, right? And then roll the wig back. That's what I usually do, but in this video I decided to just do the other way around. So that way to also prevent the glue from getting on the wig while you put it on. Just make sure you put it on and then you roll the wig back. As I was explaining before, you take a little bit of the foundation that you put on your head and you dab a little bit on the frontal part, like the lace part, so that it can matches your skin tone and your scalp. And then you take a little bit of Got2B glue spray it on it and blow dry it. It will just seal it in. And voila, it should give you that look. This is one of my favorite wigs. That's why I've been wearing it for forever. So, and I have a bend in it. So what I do is I put the bend on first, and then I use the clip to clip the back, and then I roll it back. So what I usually do is I used to do it like this, like how I put the wig on. I would do it like that before I put the glue or the gel that I'm going to use in my front before I put it on. It's another way to do it too. So next, you are going to make sure everything is in place. The ear to ear are in place. The front is in place. And you make sure don't roll your head back like that. You don't want any frowning part. You just want to relax your face while you're doing it. Otherwise, it's going to have some roll back in the front. And make sure all the ears are aligned correctly. You can either start off from one end to the end, or you can start off in the middle. Whichever one is more comfortable for you, I would suggest that you start it off wherever is comfortable for you once you start doing it. There you go. You can do it section by section. When you press it down, you can use the comb to just make sure it is secure. See how I'm using the back of the comb to just press it forward. You press it inward while you just dab it a little bit and then press the comb forward. It's like you're combing it out instead of inward. Reason why you're doing that is because you don't want any hair to be stuck with the glue, if that make any sense. If you get any excess glue or anything like that, you don't have to worry about that for now. You can just clean it up after you're done. And then you go to the other side and make sure while relaxing your head and your face, make sure everything is in place. You can use the back of a comb, or you can use whichever tools is comfortable for you. Use that tool. I like the back of the comb because it's easier for me. You drag it down. You do the same thing. You repeat the same thing. Just take your time. If you are a first timer, it's okay. If it doesn't turn out perfect, it's okay. You can always try it again. Remember, the more you do it, the better you will get at it. And once everything is down, I learned this little trick from a guy that I follow. His name is Style by Jordan. He is the bomb. Shout out to Style by Jordan. He showed me, well, he showed everybody how to secure your lace front down by using a a wide rubber band. It might be uncomfortable for a few minutes, but trust me, it is worth it. All you need is just a thick rubber band, cut it to your size, and just once you lay it down like what I'm doing right now. As soon as I'm finished doing this, my next step will be to use Got2B glue spray on it just to secure it, because I'm not using, if I was using the glue, I wouldn't use the Got2B glue spray. But since I'm using the gel, just for a little bit more security, I use it, and then I use a blow dryer, dry it off just for a few seconds so that it's not too wet, and then I use the rubber band, the thick rubber band, just to secure everything down. And trust me, it is worth it. Thank you, Jordan, for that little trick. Like I said, just dry it for a little few seconds, and then take your thick rubber band. You can use any rubber band. The one that I'm using, after I finish it, leave a little bit of like a little bit of dot on your skin, but you can use a different rubber band where it's like very flat and very sleek. I'm just gonna push all the hair back so that when I tie the rubber band, that it's, it doesn't interfere with the hair that I already curl. That's the rubber band that I use. So what you do is you pull it, you stretch it first, and then you put it around your around the edges, and make sure make sure you tie it securely. It's gonna be a little uncomfortable. It's gonna be a little bit uncomfortable, but bear with me. I promise you, it will be worth it. It is worth it. I usually leave it on for about 5 minutes top. Now, anything more than that, it's, it'll be too much. But if you can handle it, that's fine. The more you leave it on there, the more secure your wig will be. But trust me, it's very uncomfortable. So if you cannot take it, you don't have to leave it on that long. Then you take your blow dryer one more time and just go over it for a few seconds. You don't have to. You can just leave it on while going to do other stuff. Now that it's done, just take it off, and voila. See that melting? Yes, it is melted down. And now we're just going to use our alcohol to clean away any excess gel. See where all those areas that are like a little bit shiny? Yeah, you just use the alcohol to clean up all those excess gel. Just like that. And remember, if the first time it doesn't come out correct, don't worry about it. Okay? With practice, you're gonna get better every day. And that is why it is very important to subscribe to my channel, so you can get all the tips that you need to improve your skill when it comes to braiding or weaving or installing a wig on your client. So we're going to continue to clean up. Just take your time and make sure all the extra gel or glue that you don't need doesn't get stuck over there and it's just so obvious for everybody to see once you step outside. And the product that I use, I'm gonna list them down under the description box so that it'll be easy for you guys to find. And we're gonna continue to clean because you want your wig to look as natural as possible. You don't want it to look too wiggy when somebody sees you and they're like, oh, nice wig. No. When they look at you, you want them to say, oh, your hair grew. Only you know what's going on under there. Yes. Also, if you guys like to see other videos, you are more than welcome to put your suggestion under any of my video comment so that I can make those video available for you guys. So, and also it's very important to comb out any hair that's stuck to your lace, because you don't want it to look like, you know, you have gel or glue just stuck over there. That's not working. That's why I'm using the comb to comb out anything that's stuck to your hair. And also you can have a side some sort of like a sideburn if you like. It make it look a little bit more natural. So you are more than welcome to have that too. All you gotta do is just take a little piece out and make sure it's like in front of the ear, not behind the ear. And I think we're pretty much done with all the cleaning. And it looks good. So what I'm gonna do next is just take a little bit of my foundation and just kind of blend in the frontal to my skin. That way, the only way you can see a lace is when you're like super close to me. That's the idea. And I think this is how you want your install to look like. I'm very happy with the result. What do you guys think? Don't forget to comment below and let me know what you guys think. Make sure you guys follow me on Instagram at braids_by_Ren, and also on Facebook at Braids by Ren. So you guys can see all of my pictures, picture of the style that I've done, and videos, and much more. And voila, I think we are done. And I'm very happy with the result. Thank you guys so much for watching with me. And I will see you guys soon. Thank you. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye. Even if you sad, be good to me. Even if you bad, stay with me. Even if you've got some place to be. Pray